Ohanyogozainah, everybody! Excuse me. Ohanyogozainah, everybody! It's nice to meet you guys! Hello! My name is Hannah Rite, your favorite virtual idol from Akibaland. Who is Lavender? Hello, welcome to the next iteration
Welcome back.
of Zatsujeweled. Basically, it's some sort of weekly thing that I do. Semi-weekly thing that I do. It's a semi-weekly thing that I do on the, where basically I play a lot of Bejeweled, and I talk about whatever's on my mind at that given moment. So yeah. In other words, Zatsujeweled. And we're already at a good start. Oh, we are at a good start, huh? Dang. Oh, okay, never mind.
Level complete.
We already got a hypercube and we just started.
Get ready.
The audio is stable, by the way. That is good. Awesome sauce. Alright. Anyways. Anime villain laugh incoming. I'm kidding. But yeah. This week was quite fun, I'd say. I really wanted to play a Hololive game on Friday, but I couldn't because I ended up having a throbbing headache. I should probably get into the habit of not scheduling streams like right after I do karaoke streams, because holy crap, I sing really loudly whenever I do karaoke, and well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. But but I will say I will say though I will say that the stream did go well. The stream after that went really well. It was my first hand cam stream. It caught a couple of glimpses of my real face. I'm very sorry. Should have worn a mask underneath it, but it's whatever. Like, I'm an indie. It doesn't really matter too much. There are quite a few indie VTubers who show their real face all the time, so it doesn't really matter. Use the hypercube on the monster of the week. Oh man. Hello. I don't know what you're saying. Sorry, dude. I can't read your chat. I can't read what you're saying in chat cuz you're speaking in another language. There we go. We got nothing on the rocks. Yep. But I will say, this upcoming week, starting tomorrow, is going to be Golden Week, which I'm really anticipated for. Because, basically, if you don't know what Golden Week is, it's a national holiday week in Japan where there are multiple holidays in one week. Not all of the weeks in Golden Week are a holiday, but it does have a ton of holidays in it. Which is why it's called Golden Week. And as for Golden Week, my next upcoming streams, after this one, will all be community based. Basically, I'll be hopping onto the Discord server, the Passion Nights Discord server. I'll be hopping into the VC of that while I'm streaming, and we all do a community event together, which sounds incredibly fun. I'd say so myself. If you're not on the Discord server and you want to participate, the link is in the description. You have to be at least 18 years old or older to join, though. So please keep that in mind, and please don't join if you're under 18. Golden Week, Golden Land, Mario Madness. God. No, it's not a reference to that. No, it's not. Golden Week has been a thing for years. Probably even centuries, I think. But yeah, Golden Week is like a huge thing in Japan. I think people have like days off of work during Golden Week. I don't know. You know what's funny, actually? Speaking of Golden Week. So, you guys know how May 4th is considered to be Star Wars Day here in America? May 4th is actually also a part of Golden Week. But it's not because of Star Wars. It's because in Japan, May 4th is considered to be Greenery Day. Which I think is a very interesting thing, because, like, they're celebrating the greens over there, and yet we're celebrating May the Force be with you.
Level complete.
It's a bit of a funny joke. I'd say so myself.
Get ready.
Oh. Dang it. Though, actually, speaking of a previous, speaking of a previous chat comment that I made, like, I don't really care if you, hey, welcome Duran Lewis. In regards to a previous comment in the chat, I will say I'm not really bothered if your message in chat is another language other than English or Japanese. But I just won't be able to read it. So if you want me to be able to read your comment, please preferably speak it in English. Oh, dang it. Ah, no, I was so close close to being able to get a hypercube, but then the gems ended up matching and pain. Wah. But now I can get it. Anyways. Nice! Nice! Oh! I forgot to mention this in the last Zatsujeweled. I forgot... the anime weapon. I forgot to mention this in the last Zatsujeweled. I forgot to mention this in the last Zatsujeweled, but, I actually got a pet fish recently. I haven't had a pet in years. I never would have expected myself to ever end up getting, like, a pet in general, let alone a fish. Cause I always felt like I would have been, I always felt like I would have been a not so good pet parent, which is also a reason why I don't really plan on having kids anytime soon. It's funny though, cause like when I was a teenager, I used to really want kids, but now I just kind of don't. It's funny because, like, I've seen a lot of people, be like, oh, you don't want kids? I'm sure you'll change your mind in the future. Excuse me. They said, I'm sure you'll change your mind in the future, which is funny because, like, I did change my mind in the future, but in the exact opposite way. I just feel like I can't trust myself to be a good parent. There we go. I don't want kids because my asexuality is fueled by lack of financial stability. Right? Yeah, like in this economy? Absolutely not. Like this economy is already fucked as it is. And I just, unlike with how everything's getting a lot more expensive nowadays, with how everything's getting a lot more expensive nowadays, I just can't afford to have kids.
Excellent.
Like it already costs an arm and a leg. It already costs an arm and a leg for people to pay for their rent.
No more
Oh,
moves.
dang. I mean, I did go really far in, so it's all good.
Go.
If you guys have, like, a sort of idea... Well, Well, if anybody has, like, an idea on, like, what other mobile rhythm games you want me to see, you want to see me play with a hand cam? I'm absolutely down for suggestions. Cause I do have quite a few mobile rhythm games in my arsenal. Why is everyone just saying nonsense? What is going on? Can we please not spam in the chat? Thank you. I can't really make any relevant conversation. If you guys just keep spamming in the chat. It's not funny. Okay. Since we'll be playing Among Us Thursday, doesn't mean it's canon. What's canon? Me playing Among Us is canon? Probably.
Good. Level complete. Get ready.
Okay. Oh! Awesome! Awesome! Okay. I've been What? I've been sniffing the jewel shards after they disappear off the board. What should I do? It's not my problem. Ain't my issue! You need to see a doctor, Jasper. I think Angel. God damn it.
Good.
Oh. Hello, CK. Welcome. I'm playing Bejeweled. I'm playing Bejeweled while I'm trying to start up a conversation, I guess. Oh, there we go. The only Xenos I know of are Xenoblade, Xenosaga, and Xenogears. Based as hell, honestly. You're about to go playing Switch, but seeing your streamer right now, I guess I could do my thing here. Awesome! I mean, to be completely fair, I wouldn't mind being used as, like, background noise for your Switch gameplay, but to be fair, maybe you might have to, like, watch the chat a bit, because, like, you are a mod after all, which I don't mind either.
No more moves.
Damn. Man, as much as I would love to, like, play the original Bejeweled, for a Zatsujeweled, I don't feel like it would work because, like, it shrinks my screen quite a lot. I can play Switch games later, don't worry. Alright, that's fine. My new Mario OC, Flario, he's a construction worker. I don't know why, but it reminds me of this one, like... I don't know what the comic was called, but it was like this Mario fan comic that had Waluigi as an important character. And it had Waluigi as an important character, and like there was this original character in the comic, and his name was Irio. I don't remember what the series was called though. All I know is that there was a character named Irio, and that Waluigi plays a significant role in it.
Excellent.
Brawl in the Family! Oh! Brawl in the Family! Ah! That's what it was! Thank you! Irio, Janitor of Mushroom Kingdom! Hell yeah! I completely forgot about Brawl in the Family!
Excellent. Level complete.
Yes, Brawl in the family. Waluigi likes this. Yes! I think it was also like the, I think it was also the, I think it was also the, I think it was also where the meme "Too Bad Waluigi Time" comes from. Is that it? I think it was. Ah, speaking of Waluigi, I also watched a certain YouTuber play Five Nights at Wario's. God, I remember when I first heard of Five Nights at Wario's, I'm just like, oh God, they turned Wario into a FNAF parody horror game. Oh God. But nowadays, I think that's funny. Cause I used to think that Five Nights at Freddy's was mega cringe back in the day, but I'm not really bothered by it anymore. Do I consider myself to be a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's? No, but I don't think it's nearly as cringe as I thought it was when I was a teenager. Brawl in the Family also has good amounts of Waluigi song covers. Nice! I love that. I do remember a Waluigi voice impressionist. He sung a cover for Carol of the Bells. That was a Waluigi parody, which is something that I remember watching. My sense of humor was broken back then. Whoa! Another hypercube! Whoa! Woo!
Excellent.
Brawl in the Family also did Carol of the Y. Yeah, that was the Carol of the Bells parody that I was talking about.
Excellent.
Oh man. Oh, so nostalgic. Honestly, I will say the Five Nights at Wario series, in my opinion, is actually pretty good. It's gotten better with the latest version of all the games. Awesome. I'm glad that it's gotten better over time. I appreciate it. Whoa! Too bad, Fortnite time.
No more moves.
No, why does it do that? Why does it do that? I want to keep playing. But we're gonna keep playing anyways.
Go.
Ah. Fortnite Battle Pass! God damn it. Just don't get me started on Virus Peach from the latest version of the Five Nights at Wario Origins. That bitch be ugly. Ah, I see.
Level complete. Get ready.
Though I will say, I actually have a discussion that, I want to do. So, think of the time when you were a teenager. Probably like in middle or high school. Somewhere around there. Think of that one interest that you had an extreme hyperfixation for. So, did your parents know you were hyperfixated on this media? Or did you keep it to yourself?
Level complete.
Because that was basically me when I was around 13 or 14 years old. I had gotten into at the time I had gotten into a magical girl series called Pretty Cure, which still holds up to be one of my favorite anime series to this day. But at the time when I was new to the fandom, I kept it to myself because I actually kept it a huge secret from my family because, which had me miss a lot of opportunities like getting merch. A big reason why I kept it to myself was because I grew up religious, and at the time, I wasn't allowed to watch any sort of media that had magic in it. I never tell my mom about my hyperfixations because she likes to use them to shame and berate me and make me feel bad for being who I am. Yikes! I'm really sorry that your parents do that. It's not right of them to do so. I did eventually tell my mom that I did like Pretty Cure, but that was when I was 15 when not even 15. I was 16. Around 15 or 16 when I finally broke the news to her that I really liked Pretty Cure. Cause I was so scared that like I was so scared that like my mom would have been like, no, you're not allowed to watch it. It has magic in it. That is bad, bad, bad. Stop watching it now. I was really scared that she would do something like that. But when I eventually told her, she was completely fine with it. So that's all good. Yeah, my family was very anti-magic growing up.
Excellent.
Like we weren't. It's funny because we weren't even allowed to watch / read Harry Potter growing up. But nowadays, my mom's a huge Harry Potter fan, so. And before you ask, she does not condone the author's actions. I'm even considering making a Pretty Cure what your favorite one. Want to help me write it? No, thank you. I'm already pursuing my own creative activities. You grew up in a semi-religious family, but they all like Harry Potter. Oh, that's good. But like by the time we were finally allowed to like get into Harry Potter, by the time that finally happened, I just wasn't into it. I mean, that's like, I'd say the same thing regarding SpongeBob. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob when I was a kid, but by the time my mom finally stopped caring about, well, I don't think she even cared to begin with, honestly. But like, by the time I finally felt like I could like whatever I wanted, by the time that happened, I just did not really get into SpongeBob, which is a shame, because from what I've seen, the series is good. Some people don't even like the Fairly Odd Parents due to the magic stuff in the show. Okay. But before I talk about my opinion on Fairly Odd Parents, I will say that my mom's pretty chill with like she's pretty chill with like my interests and stuff like that, so I like talking to her a lot about them. And like she doesn't really care too much. And it's always been like that. I was just a teenager who was surrounded by a bunch of religious nutheads. So it's not even her fault. Not allowed to watch SpongeBob, evil. My mom just thought it was annoying. It's not her fault. Some people don't even like the Fairly Odd Parents due to the magic stuff in the show. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that actually. So, my opinion on Fairly Odd Parents. So, I used to watch the hell out of it when I was in like 6th or 7th grade. I remember specifically self-inserting. I remember self-inserting in the, I specifically remember self-inserting, myself in the show in a way. And I acted like an older sister to the main protagonist. I was 12, by the way. So I technically was older than the main protagonist. Religious nut. Oh my god. But like, the way that the series depicts other girls kind of rubs me the wrong way. Cause like it's not, they're like the like the girls in that, like the boys all seem to have like their own various amount of interests. But like it seems like the girls always like the exact same things. And like it seemed like the series kind of frowned upon the idea of girls enjoying video games as well. And like girls enjoying like stuff that boys also like, which kind of rubs me the wrong way, because girls can like video games, girls can like playing with dolls, girls can like literally anything as long as it's legal. Like I didn't really have an issue. I didn't really have an issue with all the girly things that the girls of the show like. Like, it's nothing really bad. It's just that it feels like it was depicted as weird or cringe to like those sort of things. And it just rubs me the wrong way. Like, not that I'm into those things myself, but I do have a fair share of girly interests. So it just made me feel a bit like looking back, the show kind of made me feel a bit dysphoric. Then again, knowing Butch Hartman's religious beliefs, I'm not even surprised. Yeah, it really do be like that. Yeah, honestly, looking back at it now, makes sense. Although there was one episode where Timmy was undercover, he ran into a girl who was also undercover trying to buy a comic. Yeah, cause like, it feels weirdly segregated. The show just seems like, it just seems to treat like, it seems to like push the idea that only boys can like comic books and video games, and only girls can like dolls and makeup. And I felt really bad for the girl in the I felt really bad for the girl in that episode who was undercover trying to buy comics, cause like she shouldn't have to like hide what she's into. Like, there's nothing wrong with girls liking comics, and there's nothing wrong with boys liking dolls. Mm-hmm. But I don't think Butch Hartman is ready for that conversation. It's just like a thing that, like, I didn't really think of as a kid, but like, but I look back onto it in retrospect. Also another thing that I noticed in the show is like, for the character designs, for some reason, the boys all had blue eyes while the girls all had pink eyes. And it kind of made me feel less of a girl. Made me feel a bit less of a girl because I had blue eyes. And I didn't see any female character with blue eyes. They all had pink eyes. But that's where my self-insert came in, because I had my self-insert be portrayed with blue eyes, so that's all good. Edgeworth from Ace Attorney was secretly into Steel Samurai. Yeah, I remember that. Cause like, he was like raised to like, from what I remember, he was raised to be like very, very posh and elegant, and he can't have childish interests. He was raised in that sort of environment, so he had to like, so he had to like hide his interests, I guess. I don't know. This is just from what I remember. Okay. Now here's another question for the Passion Knights in the chat. Okay, so we all know common red flags, but what is a weirdly niche red flag that you see in people? Like, what is a very niche red flag that you don't often see people talk about? That you personally see within people, and you would think it's a deal breaker if that person has it. Just looked it up. The girl undercover in Fairly Odd Parents, Trixie. She had bluish eyes. Awesome. That makes me feel a lot better. Like, remembering this now as an adult. Honestly, that makes me feel a lot better. But anyways, what is a weirdly specific, obscure red flag that you guys have? Well, not, you don't have this red flag, but like, if you see it in other people, then it would be a deal breaker for you. Cause I have one. And it's a bit silly. It's a bit silly, but basically, a red flag that I have, well, not, I don't have it myself, but like, that I see in other people. Basically, if you serve fruit for dessert, then that is a red flag. For me, at least. And I can explain why. Like, I'm not talking about fruit on dessert. If it's like a strawberry, if it's like a cake topped with strawberries, that doesn't count. But I mean, I'm mainly talking about, if you hand me a slice, if you hand me some apple slices and say that they're a dessert. I'm going to look at you dead in the eye, put those apple slices down, because I don't like wasting food, leave the house, and never talk to you again. Because that's a red flag for somebody who is extremely concerned to an unhealthy amount about how healthy food is. Because, like, you could make the argument that, like, well, fruits are healthier. Desserts are not supposed to be healthy! Desserts are not supposed to be healthy! Like, if you give me something healthy for a dessert, that, like, that defeats the purpose of having a dessert to begin with! Yeah. I've had this red flag in my head ever since I was like 12 and I went to camp. Like, I already had a pretty crappy experience while I was at camp that year. But like, that day just took the cake. Cause like, something about like a camp that I went to. Like, I'm a very picky eater, and like I could only really go to like the place that serves you food during breakfast time. Like, while we're at the cafeteria, I could really only go there during breakfast time. And I could only go there during breakfast time, because that was the only kind of food that I could actually stomach back in the day. That was the only kind of food I could actually stomach, was being served there. During lunch and dinner time, it was 99.9% of the time only just peanut butter sandwiches. I would just go to like this specific area where you can make your own like peanut butter sandwiches.
Level complete.
What's a cartoon that I enjoyed as a kid? Is that what you're trying to say? What cartoons did I enjoy as a kid? Well, I did mention, I think in my previous Zatsujeweled, that my favorite cartoon when I was a kid was VeggieTales. And like, even though I'm not Christian anymore, I still love VeggieTales to this day. Like, the humor just hits a lot different when you're an adult than when you were a kid. And I think I watched VeggieTales so much that I was able to remember everything that was said. Well, I can't really quote it by memory, but like I was able to like recall everything that was said when I rewatched it as an adult. Allow us to introduce ourselves. Yes! Yes! Hell yeah! Like, I had a huge collection. In the future, entertainment will be randomly generated. I hate how that quote managed to predict modern Gen Z internet humor so well. Cause like, for me, Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, or PBS Rewind. Ah, that's cool. That's cool. Like I was, when I was a kid, I had like this entire, this like giant collection of VeggieTales DVDs. I had like this collection of VeggieTales DVDs that I would just, and like, I think my collection was like a lot larger than most other people's collections. That was how autistic I was about VeggieTales. Cause like, and like, it was a pretty long-lasting hyperfixation as well.
Level complete. Get ready. Excellent.
It was a free rewind channel, and there were good public TV shows like Talking Takeover. Oh, nice. Anyways, I'm currently watching this on my ThinkPad 2 420 right now. Awesome. I'm glad that you were able to get a really cool ThinkPad. I remember I thought I was gonna get a ThinkPad in my junior year of high school, because like I remember at some point our Chromebooks were gonna be replaced with another kind of laptop. I thought it was gonna be a ThinkPad, but it ended up being like really low powered Windows 10 laptops. And I remember I remember I would often use like that laptop to like Google to like Google images of Fire Emblem characters. I remember this one day, I was at school. I was at high school. I was gushing over. I was gushing over my favorite Fire Emblem characters. I was gushing over them while I was at my special education class. Cause they would always tell me to like visit them during lunchtime. Like they like the special education class, they had me visit them during lunchtime, and I was looking through images of this one Fire Emblem character that I was gushing over, and I heard a knock on the door. It was somebody that I used to date. And like, because like I was new to dating, I thought that having like crushes on fictional characters while you were in a relationship was considered cheating, and like I never really told him that I had feelings for fictional characters. Cause like I thought that he would consider that to be cheating. But like seeing him and feeling like I was caught in 4K, I felt like I was caught in 4K, like looking at images of Fire Emblem characters that I was gushing over. And like, as a reflex, I just slammed my laptop down.
Level complete.
Imagine Hannah with a ThinkPad. What Linux distro would I use? I'd probably use Ubuntu. Because that's the Linux software that I'm most familiar with. TomTom the Tank Engine. We all love... You mean Thomas the Tank Engine? Because that's what we called it here in America. It wasn't Camilla. It wasn't Camilla. No, it was not Camilla. It was a male character. It was a male character. Honestly, thinking about it right now, I'm pretty sure that, that guy I used to date, I feel like he would have been jealous over fictional characters, looking back at it. Luckily, the people who I date today, they know better than to get jealous over fictional characters. Getting jealous over fictional characters is actually a red flag to me, because it basically tells me that you're insecure about yourself. Basically, stay in your lane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Cause like, fictional characters have like, most fictional characters have like, very unrealistic beauty standards.
No more moves.
And like, by fictional characters, I usually mean like, animated characters.
Go.
My red flag, bait and switch, or broken promises. Yeah. Broken promises are really, really bad. Ugh. Oh man. Oh! Wowee! You know what's funny actually? My longest stream on this channel so far, it used to be Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. But now my hand cam stream, when playing Project Sekai, ended up beating it by like a couple of minutes. Because my Project Sekai stream ended up being 3 hours long.
Level complete. Get ready.
Which is a very long time. Whoa. Whoa. Wow! I actually recognize the Miku song from Fortnite and Rocket League. Whoa. You mean Miku by Amanaguchi or another one? Cause like there are a couple of Miku songs in Fortnite, like World Is Mine. I thought Melt was in Fortnite, but I was surely mistaken. It was World Is Mine. I need to look up. Oh, Magical Cure Love Shot was also in Fortnite. Ah, the first one. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Oh yeah, because I mentioned Project Sekai. Why?
Level complete.
I don't even know if world of mine even is in project secretary. I'll have to take a look. Okay, awesome. All right. Awesome sauce. Oh yeah, I have a couple of questions. One, have you ever played Plants vs. Zombies? And two, are you still open to playing Fire Emblem? I haven't played Fire Emblem in years, honestly. And Engage just did not look appealing to me. I mean, I already kind of was a bit iffy about, I was still already a bit iffy about Fire Emblem Three Houses. But Engage was just an absolute no. But the models do look pretty, though. I will say that. Have I ever played Plants vs. Zombies? I think so. I mean, when my brother was in middle school, he was obsessed with Plants vs. Zombies, so maybe I did, but I don't really remember too much. The PBS shows I did, like, growing up, a lot of literature. Oh, yes! Honestly, yeah. I will say, I was a reading prodigy when I was a kid. And the reason why I was a reading prodigy was because because during my developmental stages, I watched a lot of Between the Lions.
Level complete.
Three Houses has long overstayed its welcome for me. Yeah.
Get ready.
Engage was a massive letdown. The biggest disappointment for me since Halo 4. Yeah. Good that I kind of dodged a bullet, because I've heard some other people say the same about Engage. You didn't hate Engage. Oh, that's good.
Good. No more moves.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that happened. Alright. So, you didn't dodge a bullet, you dodged a shotgun blast to the face. If we're still on the subject of personal or more rare red flags, one of my red flags is someone telling me I shouldn't like something because they don't like it. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. Like, it really does suck. Cause like, for the red flags, right? Like, saying that, like, okay, so if you say something like, I don't like this, I'm not gonna participate, that's fine. If you say something like, I don't like this, so you can't participate, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, genuinely, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Mm-hmm. I think, yeah. But like for the biggest letdown being, I'm assuming you're referring to Pokemon, because if that's the case, I actually didn't really hate Sword and Shield. It was a really fun game. I don't like Three Houses, but if people like it, nothing that I can do about it. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I actually remember when I initially got into the Fire Emblem fandom, it seemed like a lot of like the veteran players hated Awakening. it seemed like they hated Awakening because it was one of the best-selling Fire Emblem games. It ended up bringing in a lot of new fans, and like those veteran Fire Emblem fans just love to gatekeep. Like, I'm sorry that I was a new gen. It's not my fault.
Excellent. Level complete.
Whoa.
Get ready.
I like Awakening. Like I can recruit characters from past games, like characters from Shadow Dragon. Yeah, that's always a feature that I found to be really cool in Awakening. And I also vividly remembering like going to. I would go to like the Special Olympics in at the time my area, and I would I would just straight up I would bring my 3DS with Fire Emblem Awakening in it, and I would end up getting quite a few Street Pass characters, and I would put them all in my team, and it was fantastic. Though I do find it kind of funny how like during those experiences, I used to bring my DS with Mario Party in it. I used to bring my DS with Mario Party in it. Nobody would pay attention to me. But then the mere second I had my 3DS with a copy of Fire Emblem Awakening or Fire Emblem Fates in it, suddenly everybody wanted to see what I was doing. Which I think is funny. It's funny in itself. Okay. Oh.
Level complete.
The casual mode created character they all got introduced in the Book 2 remake of Shadow Dragon. Yeah. Like, God, imagine if Fire Emblem Awakening didn't sell well. I feel like that would have been the end of Fire Emblem if that was the case, which, thank goodness it's not. It's not the end of Fire Emblem. Fates was alright, in retrospect. I don't think it deserved nearly as much hate as it did. Who are your favorite characters in Fates? Oh, good question. Kaze and Niles. Those two are my favorites. Cause as a fellow bisexual, I do see Niles as being pretty good rep. And I really like him for that. Who is my Fire Emblem character in Fates? The red hair girl? The the red hair girl. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? Good pick. Kaze and Niles are awesome. Yes! Hell yeah! Play Mario Kart. Nobody bats an eye. Play Fire Emblem. The world goes mad. Yes! Hell yeah! Oh, shoot! Shoot! Ah! Oh, frick! I forgot I was on action mode! Hell! Frick, 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 frick. Oh! Woo! I forgot I select action mode! I'm so stupid! Well, not actually, I'm not stupid. I don't see myself as that. Probably recognize her. Oh, Hinoka. Oh, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I recognized her voice almost immediately, but it wasn't Hinoka specifically that I recognized her voice as. It was Perry. I was just like, hold the phone. She sounds familiar. She sounds like she was in Powerpuff Girls at some point. Which she was, yeah. Oh, no. Ah, no. Ah, no.
Time up.
No!
A new high score.
How am I doing? I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good. Yeah. Whew. Hi, welcome back, CK. They didn't bring her back in Heroes. Yeah, it was sad. Reading Fates, it has one of my favorite character designs in the entire series. Azura's alternate dress with the veil and conquest. Yes! Hell yeah! Not the biggest fan of the Powerpuff reboot. Thank God we got the bullet for the live action one. Oh God. I would rather sit through the 2016 remake than even the trailer for the canceled live action remake. Related to gatekeeping, I do the opposite of gatekeeping. You will be forced to like my interests. You will listen. Yes! You all talking about Fire Emblem, I'm guessing. Yeah. That was the yeah. That was the conversation, but it's funny how like I was able to mention my Fates favorites pretty easily, but I feel like if I was asked like who my Awakening favorites were, I would have probably curled up in a ball flustered.
Get ready.
35th anniversary of Fire Emblem. Awesome! Happy 35th birthday to them. Hell yeah! And speaking of, I think it's the 45th. No, not 45th. 40th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. 420 like Weedle and Oddish, yes. Weedle. Fates units have more distinct identity gameplay-wise, yeah. Though there was 55th Sesame Street this year. Yay! Awesome! There was actually a, with Weedle, not with Weedle and Oddish, but like with Fire Emblem in general. There was this other character in Fate's Conquest that I really liked. That I really liked, back then, and I almost did a route. Whoa!
Excellent.
I almost did a route where I would marry him, but I ended up not. Basically, I will describe it. I will describe him to you. And if I will describe him to you, and I want you guys to guess who I'm talking about. So, I'm going to begin right now with the description. So, they were, I don't know if they were, I don't think they were one. They were best friends. They were best friends with a woman who wears white clothes and wields an axe. I was trying to figure out some things that won't, like, give it away entirely. Nickel with Fire Emblem character played by Barbie voice actress after I will have two. Nice. But yeah, with the... Yes! Purple Mage! Yes! You got it right! Hell yeah! I think me talking about how he was best friends with a blonde lady with white clothes with an axe gave it away too much. Kate Higgins, yeah. That's her voice actress. But I don't know. but yeah, I almost played, like, not played, but like I almost ended up playing a route in Fire Emblem Fates where I married him, but I ended up not, sadly. But I will say that it, okay, see you later, Yamato. I will say though, there was a character in Fates that I shipped with him, and it's not his best friend. I did not ship him with his best friend. I best friends with a lady wearing white clothes. My first thought was Silas being Corin's best friend, but the axe made me realize, yes! Besties! Yay! Well, I don't ship him with his best friends. I actually ship him with one of Camilla's retainers. Did you get in all the route if your childhood best friend, the butler and the maid? I did actually get Felicia at a couple of points. Like, I got Jacob first, but I did get Felicia eventually, because I did complete both Birthright and Conquest. Honestly, I feel like for Fire Emblem Fates, they tried to do what, like, Pokemon did. Beruka, actually. Beruka. That was the one I shipped him with. Alright. Okay, there we go. Any other Fates pairings I had? Some other pairings I had. I shipped Camilla with somebody, actually. I had 2 ships for her. One of which I could actually do. Because it was in the same series as her. But basically in Fates, I shipped Camilla with Justice Man. If you know, you know. Oh, man. Justice Man. Yes! Hell yeah! Justice Man! Justice prevails! Oh man, I remember I went to camp like the year Fates released in the United States, and like I would just like I was really bored at that camp cause the counselors didn't like me, but I did kind of cope with that. I did kind of cope with the with having to be there by like I was with my cabin mates, and we would just nonstop quote him. We would nonstop quote him. We were just like, Justice! Justice prevails! My brother knew exactly what I was doing whenever he heard me quote him. Because that's what I do. I make references, and whether they get those references or not is up for them to decide. Because references are my second language. Though some other ships I had. What were some other ships I had? Oh, I shipped Hayato and Mozu together. Cause both of them were short people. Both of them were short people. Shipping my avatar with Crumb main protagonist. Yes! Hell yeah! I think references are just a vocal stem for me at this point. One day I could be sitting around doing nothing for all of us, and all of a sudden I'll just say, I don't want to be a cockroach from an old 70s movie. That's so funny. But yeah, it makes sense. References being my second language and it being a vocal stem, that makes sense. I knew I wasn't crazy for quoting references all the time. I also, Oh yeah! There was another. There was another Fire Emblem Fates character that I really like. That I shipped with definitely not Severa. And also shipped with Hinoka because funny. Take a wild guess as to who I shipped with definitely not Severa. I could only do that specific pairing in Fate's Revelation because yeah, they're in two completely different sides. Oh. Two completely different sides. I think, I feel like I have to make references to puns. Yeah, I really do be like that. Oh, man. Tsubaki, yes! Hell yeah! I don't know what it is about Tsubaki, but I just thought he was, like, incredibly cool. For the iron, yes! Hell yeah! I thought it was really funny. Definitely not Samara. I mean, it makes sense. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! There was another one that I liked. There was another one that I remember liking, but I'm just thinking. I think I made Xander and Perry kiss. Of course, where I come from, I'm the pun master. Hell yeah! I guess you could say I'm a master at pun fu. God damn it, yeah. Yeah, you know what, fair.
Level complete.
Oh, awesome. Alright.
Get ready.
Oh, speaking of, if you didn't see my cover, if you didn't see my newest cover, please do check it out. It released a few days ago, and I'm pretty proud of it. But for those who did see it, how was it? I hope it was good. Two things I mainly quote as a sort of vocal stim is two of them, and somebody asked me, am I autistic? I'm autistic as hell. Yes! Hell yeah! But yeah, I hope my cover was good. Two of them.
Good.
What?
No more.
Oh no!
A new high
Oh
score.
man! But hey, at least I got a new high score. Alright. This is where I'm gonna be ending this this week's Zatsujeweled. I'm glad that you were able to hang out with me for this time. And I'll see you guys on Thursday for Community Among Us. If you want to participate in Community Among Us, but you're not in the Discord server, please join in the link in the description. You have to be 18 or older to join the Discord though, so if you're under 18, I'm sorry. Anyways, I will see you guys on Thursday. Toodles!
Goodbye.